everybody. Just a quick update on some very high strangeness that's been going on today. A few weird things have happened. There was another active shooter out by where Timony and Jason live. Fortunately, they're okay. I went outside and I would say 95% of people are now still wearing masks, even though they don't have to. There's a 95, I'd say just about every man under 30 is wearing a mask. And it's almost like they're wearing a mask to protect themselves from Putin at this point, because they don't have to legally wear them anymore, but they're all wearing them out, even joggers and everything. It's quite bizarre. On top of that, a friend of mine in Sligo town just had a UFO sighting of a gigantic W-shaped craft, with him and his partner, of a W-shaped craft flying over Sligo town at low altitude and low speed. And it's also been reported by someone else up in Bundoran, about 20 miles north of there in County Donegal. So there's some weird stuff going down. I don't know whether the UFO thing is related to a kind of a Jungian thing of collective terrors and traumas. But I'll tell you one thing, the Renfielding on the comments, the update from John comments today on the video was staggering. It was just literally the scum of the internet all showed up, making very personal attacks on me and stuff. I haven't seen that happen in a long time. And usually when the low intelligent, low level types show up like that, there's usually because they're animals, they don't really have a higher human emotion. So their animalistic brain responds to collective terrors and traumas. So I'm wondering if all those Renfield animals that showed up on the comments on the last video today, if that's also part of this this terror that's going on at the moment, that also manifests in UFOs, just like Jung said. But this is really amazing stuff. And I know two astronomers that I trust both, and both of them told me that the Ukraine thing will actually be a horror show, much worse than any of us are even expecting. And those of you who think there's nothing going on there, you're probably the same people who think the Earth is flat, or there's big trees, or Tatari, and all the usual things that your skunk ravaged mind thinks. No, there's a war going on there. There's a war. There's people dying. There's actual stuff going on. And I never said don't have compassion for them. I said have compassion for the people, but don't think you can actually change anything by doing that. You can only change things for the people and the ones you love. But they all showed up. The Renfield showed up like mental today. So I value those Renfields because those animals are so useful to understanding the zeitgeist. So I'd like to thank all you Renfields for showing up today and flaring up in such great numbers. It's always tremendously useful data, and your incredible specimens that are useful for the psychic weather and so on. So I think what's ever going on in the world between these UFO sightings, which could be a black ops thing as well, don't put that out of the thing. And these people are telling the truth, I absolutely trust them. And what's going on in the world, plus the behavior of people walking around in primal terror, like it's the height of the pandemic with their masks, even though the mask mandates are over. We have to, I think this is some serious psychic weather updates we're having. So, take care and pay attention, because something's up big time.